Hello there, welcome back to this video, 25 lessons which I learned in the year 2025. Where did we end last time? Lesson 10? Well, today we continue from lesson 11. Now, discipline beats motivation, it beats incentives. Do you remember when you went in for that job and you felt like if you only get that salary, you're going to be so productive? And then the salary came in. It was a good and well-paying job, but then the incentive was not enough. Or do you remember the time when you attended a conference and somebody motivated you and you left thinking, I will conquer the world? And 2 days after, you had forgotten your goals. Or maybe when the year started, you set a New Year resolution. How far? Listen, you must build discipline into your life because discipline will preserve you. It will cause you to do what you plan to do. Lesson 12, momentum is everything. Don't lose it. You see, that's one of the statements I've made to my team more than 200 times this year alone. Momentum is everything. You see, when you start doing work, build momentum. Don't try to build speed. First, you build momentum and then you will gain speed. All right. Lesson 13. The stories of the great work that you do are as important as the great work itself. If you do great work and nobody knows the stories, all of that is lost. If there are no receipts, nothing was done. You see, I learned that lesson the hard way. We were doing an evaluation of our year and we realized we had done so much amazing work. I mean, from conferences to events, all sorts of amazing work. There were no stories, no receipts, no pictures, no videos. And so we made up our minds in the year 2026, every videographer, photographer, content creator will become our best friend because we did not have ample information. But then when we told people about the work and showed a few reports, they were thrilled. And we've started having some more partners. So don't be like me. Don't repeat that mistake of mine. Tell the stories of the work that you do. And hey, don't wait to have it all packaged and neatly presented. Present it just the way it is, real, raw, and progressing. You thank me later. Lesson 14. Another hard lesson here. Things never, maybe I should say hardly ever, go as planned. Things hardly ever go as planned. I'd like to say it never goes as planned. When you plan that project, when you plan that work, you plan that conference, no matter what it is you plan, it will not go as planned. Your plans will not go as you imagine them. There are so many forces that are required for the execution of every plan. And those forces will hardly ever work together at 100%. You would achieve your goals, but the plan will not go as you imagined it. And so, what should you do? Prepare for those outcomes, prepare for those inconveniencing outcomes, prepare for wrongdoing, prepare for mishaps, over prepare. Things will not go as planned. And so part of your planning process must be to have a plan B, C, D, right down to the plan Z, and plan for all sorts of mishaps because the plan will not go as you have imagined it. All right. And that's something you need to know as an adult. Things will not go as planned. Lesson number 15. Learn to focus only on that which is fully in your control. Don't focus on what you have no control over. Focus entirely on that which is in your control. And that is something I do every morning. When I wake up, I think, what is in my control to do today? And I focus on that. If I have to make a video, if I have to do something, and it is entirely in my control, I'll get it done. I do not focus on what is not in my control, and neither should you. All right. Lesson number 16. Balance is never about giving equal attention to everything in your life. I tried and I failed. In 2025, I learned that, and it wasn't very comfortable. There were times when I could only give 2% of my time to something. There were times when I could give only 10%. Other times, I'll give an 80%. Balance is about giving the required attention to what is most important. And so, if you want balance in your life, begin with the question, what is most important to me? Don't think, what are all the important things? Think, what is most important and learn to share your attention accordingly to those things based on their importance. You thank me later. Lesson number 17. Lesson 17. Funny lesson here. The people who judge you the most have not done what you're trying to do. They don't have what you have. In fact, sometimes they are even struggling with what you're struggling with. But those are the people who tend to be most judgmental. Think about the players on a football pitch, 22 men writing history. But the people who judge them the most are sitting in the stands, they're watching on their screens. They're never the men who are playing on the field. And so, understanding that, you must be very careful with whom you give your attention to. You must know the voices in your life that matter, the relevant voices, and pay more attention to those voices. Everyone can criticize you, and usually it will be the people who have not done what you're trying to do. Think about when you try to start a business. All those that will tell you it may not work usually have never done a business before. So listen to people who have done what you're trying to do, and then you'd have more relevant advice. Lesson number 18. Another funny lesson here. And I got this one especially in ministry. Nobody expects from you more than the person that you can expect nothing from. You see, the most entitled people have nothing to give. They want what you have. They want your time, your attention, your money. They think you owe them, but you cannot depend on them. You cannot rely on them for the same thing. They get angry, they get offended, they feel like you've not done something you were supposed to do, but you cannot expect the same thing from them. So be very careful. Don't let these people draw you into a place of guilt. Don't let them manipulate you. Be very careful to set boundaries. All right. Lesson what now? Lesson 19. As a leader, trust me on this, people constantly fix their loyalty, not on you, but on the sense of value that you bring to them. I learned this very early in ministry and in leadership, and it has been a blessing to me. Every day when I wake up, I tell myself, these people who follow me are not here for me. They're not here because I'm special. They're here because I'm contributing to the growth of their lives. I'm contributing to them powerfully. And so what I focus on is how I can be more relevant to them. Okay? Lesson 20. And I got this from a mentor. It changed my life. A leader must never need or rely on the people he leads. Now, I'm not saying you can't receive help from them, but I'm saying you cannot depend on them. You cannot depend on them financially, emotionally, socially, spiritually, in any way. They can nourish you, they can contribute to you, but they cannot be your source of nourishing. Make sure, if you're a leader, that you have mentors and people that you equally rely on, people who will pour into you, who expect nothing from you. Honestly, I expect nothing from the people I lead, and that has kept my heart in a beautiful space, because when I see them, I only hold myself accountable to how much I'm able to give them. And that lesson has changed me so much in the year 2025. Well, I'm going to stop here for now. I'll catch you in part 3, and I hope you're enjoying. Drop something in the comment section. Tell me what has been your best lesson so far. I'll catch you soon.